tendency is for foreigners to come to Vietnam, and specifically, again, I'm talking about Vietnam because that's where we're at. They tend to come to Vietnam with high expectations. Maybe the same expectations they had in their host or home country. They're going to move. Vietnam is a developing country. They've had, obviously years and years of conflict here, and so out of that, then they're building into a strong economy, strong country. But they do things differently when it comes to business, and so as foreigners, we need to arrive in Vietnam expecting everything to be different. And I think when foreigners do that, they come in then with more realistic expectations. And when things don't go their way, which they're not, things are not going to go our way, then our attitude going in and coming out is a better attitude. And so the very practical step for Colette and I, and myself, speaking just for myself, is the ability to be able to go into a situation thinking I'm going to have a certain outcome, hoping, praying for a certain outcome. But when that doesn't occur, being able to step back and go, all right, what do I need to do now? Rather than push until I get my ways. The idea of patience with the foreigner, patience with whoever it is you're working with. You just need to remember that these are people who have come from a country, typically from a country that may be a little bit more developed than Vietnam, and they're used to things running a certain way, and they're going to get very frustrated. They're going to get very angry because multiple issues, but one in particular is language barrier. Foreigners become very angry or upset, frustrated because they don't understand all that's being said, and sometimes they don't even trust the interpreter that's working for them to say the right thing. So they can get very frustrated. So having patience for the Vietnamese, just to be able to kind of do that same thing I just talked about. Step back and just remind themselves, I'm working with someone now who doesn't understand the language, maybe thousands of miles from their family, that doesn't understand the culture, doesn't like the food, and there's a point when everyone's going to go through culture stress points. And we talk a lot about culture shock in many books and things, but there's little things along the way that are culture stress points that build the culture shock. And so the Vietnamese need to kind of step back and realize that these culture stress points are going to be coming on a daily basis from foreigners. And I know it's very difficult. We can be very rude. We can be very rude to restaurant staff, to hotel staff, to employees, but that's really coming out of frustration. And so just step back and remind yourself that we're living in a country that we really know nothing about, and that can be very frustrating. So.